Welcome to the Unshakeable Talks with me, Katy Schweiger. This is not just another podcast. This is your girls' chat for business women. I'm going to speak to women in business, and we're not just going to have a normal conversation. We're speaking about what it really takes to build a business, to scale a business, why we are doing business, and what are the real challenges. What are the things no one actually talks out loud? What are the things which are holding us back? And what are the things which are really driving us to do what we're doing? So I believe running a business as a woman isn't harder, but it is different. So it's time we actually start talking about it. Let's get into it. In today's episode of the Unshakeable Talks, I'm getting to speak to Emma from the Quirky Giraffe. And Emma made me this lovely mug because this is what her business does. She prints personalized mugs. And we are talking about how to scale your business from a £500 investment to a six-figure business from her boyfriend's garage. And we're also going to speak about her appearance on The Apprentice. So you definitely want to listen to this one. Welcome to the Unshakeable Talks, Emma.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming. And also, thank you for my lovely mug.
Of course, got to be on brand.
You got to be on brand. But this takes me straight into what I want to talk to you about. You used to work in marketing, very successful. But then lockdown came around. And you were furloughed, like so many of us. And this was the birth, really, and the start of your now business, wasn't it? So tell me about this.
So it is the most bizarre thing. So I've massively been a workaholic my entire life. Like I would work 9 while 9. And then obviously lockdown happened and boom, I had nothing to do. Yeah. And it was lovely for the first month or two because we had that beautiful weather. But then after that, I was going a bit insane. Like I've never ever struggled with my mental health. I'm a very confident, outgoing kind of person. But the fact I was so secluded from everyone else and I had nothing to do really was taking its toll on me. So I actually saw a TikTok video for a print-on-demand service. So you would upload a design onto a mug. They would ship it for you and basically send it straight to the customer and do your design. But it was taking like 9 days to arrive. There was no branding. So with my fiancé, he actually said to me, like, how much would it be to just get a mug press and a printer and a box of mugs? And it ran about £500. So at the time, it was half of my savings. So I was a little apprehensive. But I was like, either my friends and family for the next 10 years are getting mugs as gifts for every occasion, or I can make a bit of extra money on the side. And by the time it was over and work wanted me back, I was actually making close to my marketing manager salary doing the mugs. So I thought, let's just take the leap. And I went
Hold
for
on,
it.
let's unwind this a little bit because you jumped so far ahead. You had £1,000 in saving, using £500 to set up this business, which you saw on TikTok. I mean, we see many things on TikTok. So actually, to do that step, to use half of your savings to do that. But what did it actually take? So you ordered a mug press, you ordered a box of mugs, and how did you get to the point where you, at the end of your furlough, were making close to your marketing salary?
I was just designing constantly. So obviously in lockdown we weren't going out or doing anything. So I'm very good with people. Like I love people. I'd say 99% of people are so lovely. And I've had so many life experiences that have built me up as a character, that the fact that I know people so well is why I'm so good at what I do. So I always say yes to every single opportunity that comes my way. And that's because I never know who I'm going to meet. Yeah. So for example, if I meet someone who's into netball, I'd be like, oh, I don't have a mug about netball. So collating all them life experiences is why I'm good at what I do. And say if a design was selling well, I'd do iteration based around it, and I just built from there, because I was only selling on Etsy at that point as well. I hadn't even dipped my toe into Amazon, TikTok Shop, my own website. Like this was just purely Etsy. And when I get obsessed with things, I get obsessed with things. There is no stopping me. So yeah, I just kept drumming new designs, trying out new things, learning as I went what sold, what didn't sell, and it just all snowballed. A funny story, which is a bit questionable. So I was selling around about 1 mug a day, and then I got this message through on Etsy from this guy who said, can I buy 30 of your mugs? And I was like, oh, well, they got a box of 36. But I was like, yeah, sure. And the mug was
I don't know what it was, but I have a funny feeling this is going to be good.
The mug was, I got COVID and all I got was this lousy mug. That was literally what it was, and he wanted 30 of them. And like, this was such a big sale. I thought, right, I'm going to research this person, like last bit of his email. It was for a care home. And that was our first wave of COVID. And obviously I'd already sent it, and I was like, this is not okay. But yeah, and that was the moment where I was like, oh, I could actually make some real money out of this.
Yeah. This is so funny.
I
mean, I know morally it probably felt a bit like
massively, but when I sent it, I didn't realise where it was going to until after I'd sent it. I thought, oh, I'll do a bit of research, and yeah, that's how it ended up. So questionable, but was a moment of, oh my God, there's money in this.
Yeah, there's money in that. But you lived at your boyfriend's at the time, didn't you? Because you started your business from your boyfriend's parents' garage.
I did indeed. It was weird. We'd only been together 2 months, and lockdown happened, and his parents very kindly said, like, you want to move in with us? And I was like, yeah, sure, thinking it was only for about 2 weeks, because I think at the time we all thought it's not going to be that long. And it was really isolating, because I'm from the north, so I'm from up in Lancashire, and I'd moved down to Hertford like a few years prior to this. But I was in this random place in Essex, didn't know anyone for miles, like couldn't speak to anyone.
Yeah.
And it was just like the lovely people, and obviously engaged now, and they're so supportive. But yeah, it was just an absolute crazy time. And I really think that starting my business during that period got me through everything mentally.
It gave you purpose and something to do, didn't it? And
Massively.
I think this is what a lot of us were missing, especially when you come from a high pressured environment before, like corporate, or had your own business. I definitely saw the same in myself. I did a nutrition degree while I was off on COVID, because I thought, I can't just sit here. It's nice. But okay, so you started this business with £500. You sold mugs. The COVID mugs, I love that story. But when was the point where it actually went really well? Because I would like to assume those COVID mugs, they probably were quite popular.
They were very popular, and I always knew when we were having a surge as a country in COVID, because that mug had started doing the rounds and then it would drop off. It was really bizarre. But the big thing for me, obviously, in lockdown, we couldn't go out, we couldn't do any shopping. Yeah. Everyone was buying things online, but I didn't know whether that would continue after lockdown. And the competition for mugs is just fierce. Like, it is such a saturated market. It's so hard to stand out within it. But yeah, I took the plunge, because I thought the worst thing that could happen is I go back to my 9 to 5, which I enjoyed. Like, why not take the risk? I've not got no responsibilities. Like, I don't have anyone who's financially dependent on me. It was the perfect time. People say there's never a right time to start a business, but that was. I was getting 80% of my salary, and I was just playing around. Like, it was very chilled vibes.
So at the time, it was just you doing your business. I know now you have a team. You also recently moved into a large unit to meet the demand. But in between all of this, you've also applied and were successful to go onto Apprentice.
Yes, I did.
You did. And you did a reel the other day about this, which I absolutely loved. It was really funny. But let's talk about this, because what made you apply to the Apprentice? Did you go? I didn't see you on The Apprentice. I'm not watching it well, at the minute.
You wouldn't have to watch it for long. You're only one episode.
Well, but you achieved what many people didn't. You actually did one episode with it. So be proud of yourself. But tell me about this, because everyone wants to know this. We can get the behind the scenes scoop here. So tell me about the experience about The Apprentice. How did that shape you also in terms of business, how you look at business and investing?
So when I was younger, I don't come from money at all. I was obsessed with The Apprentice and Dragon's Den. Yeah. So at university, I studied product design, and I thought that I would go to somewhere, find this really innovative, cool product, go on Dragon's Den and make millions that way. I never in a million years thought it would be mugs. And yeah, I was just obsessed with the show, and I had certain life goals, and going on The Apprentice was a bit of a joke life goal. Like, I didn't think I'd actually do it. And it was my fiance who was incredibly supportive. He was like, just apply. He's like, the worst thing that's going to happen is you don't get on. So it was actually my second year going for it. So my first year I got to, because there's several stages before you even get onto the show, and that goes over about 4 days in total to actually get on there. And I got to the final stage before getting on the previous year, and then this year I got on, and obviously I was ecstatic. I was like, this is insane. 80,000 people apply to go on The Apprentice every year, but obviously only 16 people get on. And I was just so excited. And I think I built it up into my head to be this like I put it such on a pedestal.
Yeah.
So before you go on, it's crazy. You literally get told with like 2 weeks notice. Within them 2 weeks, you have to have your business plan put together. You have to prepare for being away for up to 12 weeks. You're allowed no outside contact. So that means I had to obviously staff my business for 12 weeks as if I went there. And if I'd have gone through to the end, it would have lapped over Father's Day. So I hired in extra for that because obviously it's a busy time period. And clothes, you get an allowance, but it's not much.
Yeah.
So I went out, I spent thousands on clothes, which obviously I didn't get to wear. And then you are just kind of thrown into this world. So they'll put you up in a hotel for the night, and then day dot, you're in that boardroom. You've never met these people before. I remember I was the last person to walk in when they were all like lining up in reception. Everyone looked so miserable.
They do, actually.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I watched it, but they actually look really miserable.
But I didn't know they were told to be like very business stern, like kind
but
of
businesses
vibes.
can be fun.
Well, this is what my perception of business is, but I don't think it's Lord Sugars or anyone else's.
Yeah, of course.
So I was last to walk in, obviously, big smile on my face. I'm such a smiley, bubbly person. No one gave me a handcard. I'm like, oh, God, these people are scary, aren't they? And we go into the boardroom, and the snippets that you see, like, we filmed for hours. Like, to do that 1 hour, we filmed across, like, 4 days. So, like, you only ever see, like, a snapshot. And they always film back from the boardroom. So, whatever happens in the boardroom, like, production will go back and whatever. But, yeah, it's terrifying. Like, I'm such a confident person. And in my head, I was just like, what on earth is going on? Like, I was struggling to find my feet. I was like, you just thrown with all these new people. You don't have your support network because you're not allowed any outside contact. It's just the most surreal experience.
It just shows you like that your environment actually makes you who you are, or like allows you to be your best self, doesn't it?
That is, honestly, you've said it better than I could say myself. Like, the support that I have from my friends, my family, my fiance is the reason why I do so well. Like, I love the people around me. I surround myself with positive, great people.
Yeah. So when you left The Apprentice, obviously you were voted off after the first episode.
Yes.
That must have been a bit of a gut punch to you. And I think I've met you the first time relatively shortly after your episodes have aired, haven't they?
Yes.
And we recently met again. And I said to you, you are a different Emma to the first time I've met you.
Yeah.
So tell me what that done to you. You already had your established business, which was doing really well. You obviously went to Apprentice for the exposure and for extra investment to take this business even further. And then being voted off after all of this work, after the first week, what does it actually, honestly, do to you?
The feeling I had is just indescribable. I was sad. I was angry. Like, it is more of a reality show than it is a business show. And they do tell you that. And I went in with it eyes wide open in terms of that. But that feeling, because we actually film like 10 months before it even airs, and you're not allowed to tell anybody. So you're only allowed to tell, I think, 3-4 people. So I couldn't even tell my support network what had happened. I couldn't even tell them I went on, never mind that I was out first. And I just wallowed for a week. Like, I just laid on the sofa drinking wine, eating chocolate. It was
Sounds good.
Yeah,
I call this the Kremlin week, so we all need a Kremlin week sometimes.
100%. But yeah, like, I always enjoy proving people wrong. So growing up, people thought that I wouldn't get into college. People thought I wouldn't get into university. I went and got first. People had the perception of me where I'm like, right, I'm going to prove wrong. Like, I thrive off it. But then when the weight of them 10 months to have that embarrassment hit was just too much. And not one person has said to me like, oh, what a loser you're off week 1. Everyone's been like, what? wow, you got on The Apprentice. But for me, harbouring that for 10 months and having no release, I thought, oh, do I go back to therapy for a bit? But I was like, I've spent enough money on this thing. Like on the clothes, on the staffing. I was like, I ain't spending more money on that. So I just kept calm, carry on. That's the person I am. Like, I'm like very, very resilient. And then when it aired, like, it was just, everyone was so supportive, and obviously you don't know what people say behind your back and things, but I was really mentally struggling with the load of that. And a lot of my best friends have said to me, like, we were going to sit you down and be like, why are you pretending to be okay when you're clearly not? But they didn't know whether it'd send me not or actually benefit me. So yeah, I was spiraling, but no one would ever see. Like, because again, I'd put this show on a pedestal, like I was going to let it define me. And it was so weird, like after obviously the show got completely ended, so much just clicked in my brain. I think when you've gone through a level of embarrassment like that, like obviously not embarrassment, but in my head.
Yeah, in your head was huge, wasn't it?
Once you've gone through that level of embarrassment, where is there to go? Like, you will never reach that ever again. So it kind of gave me like a fuck it attitude. Sorry, can I swear?
Yeah, you can.
That's
you can
very okay.
Yes. I always swear, so I always have to.
Oh, good. It just gave me like a fuck it attitude.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, if I put myself out there and I failed that badly in front of millions of people, like what else could faze me? So it's kind of really benefited me to have hit that rock bottom and just like soared back up. So now like I'm just really confident in myself. Like everyone's always viewed me as confident, and that's how I want to come across. But I now feel it within myself, and it's a really bizarre shift. And I don't know whether it's my frontal lobe's now developed or because of the show, or it's everything that I've gone through is character building. Yeah. And it's really helped me.
I describe it as a huge sense of peace, inner peace, when you actually feel the way other people perceive you to be and can really embody this. And it's a game changer, isn't it?
Massively. They say fake it till you make it. And I've been faking it for years. And now I feel like I am it. Like, I'm so internally confident. Yeah. And it's the best feeling.
I definitely saw this without even knowing your story at that point. I saw this very clearly when we met again after our first initial meeting. That I was definitely a completely different Emma. So congratulations to pushing through.
Thank you. And like, I don't think I'd realised till you said that to me, you know. Like, I knew that I was feeling better in myself. And then when you said that to me, I'm like, oh my God, yeah, you are so right. Like, this feeling is real. It's not fake. It's not put on. It's me.
And it becomes just natural, doesn't it? Massively. When something is supernatural, I always struggle to put my finger on it or to explain it to someone, because it's just part of you. Yeah. It's just part of who you are. And everyone wants kind of like 3 tips to kind of get confident or do this. But it's just something you can't verbalize. You have to get to that point. And once you're there, I really love that I'm there, and I definitely see it in
Massively.
You.
It's so freeing.
Yeah, like, that's the word, freeing.
Yeah, freeing.
So freeing. So let's go back to your business, because it is mugs. You said it's very oversaturated, the market. There's a lot of mug companies out there. So what makes you different, other than that you have an absolute love to giraffes, which I have as well? And I remember that you have this giraffe costume, which you put on and go onto the high street to advertise your company. Do you still do this?
100%. It's that fuck it attitude. Like, if you don't try it and embarrass yourself and put yourself forward. So I think it was Stephen Bartlett who, in his first company, had this big red slide with a ball pit at the bottom. And he just did it as like a fun thing. But every media person who came was like, can we have a picture in this ball pool? And I was like, what's my red slide? I was like, I'm going to have a costume built of a giraffe and wear it, because it stops the scroll. It's like, people are like, what on earth is that? So like, that's how my brain works. I'm always thinking, what will stop the scroll? What will get like promotional? What will get me noticed? And I have no fear.
This is where your marketing experience comes in really handy, doesn't it?
Massively. I've always wanted my own business. I've got the perfect background for it. Like I've got a degree in product design and I've got experience as a marketing manager. That married together, business
Perfect.
dream.
So tell me about the people around you. I know you have a fiance. You lived obviously at your fiance's house. What do people actually think about what you're doing? And especially specifically when you started doing this, because you come from a successful career, which is a stable career, a good income, a really good income, and then you are deciding to do mug business. So that's not a traditional route when you want to open a business.
No.
So what were the objections? What did people think about you taking actually that step?
So I've heard other people's business stories like that, and a lot of people are like, oh, people doubting me, whatever. I never had that. People, again, you don't know what people say behind your back, but I have got the most supportive friends that are with me during thick and thin. A couple of them have said, like, now on reflection, at the time we were a bit like, ooh. But they've never said that. They build me up and rise me up so much to a point where I think I can take on the world. And I'm just so grateful for them because they push me to be better.
Yeah.
And I love that. I'm so lucky to have the friends that I have around me, the fiance I have around me and my family.
And your family is the same. They completely see your vision and they completely support you.
They're as crazy as me. Like, they've always pushed me and said, you go and you show people what you're made of. Like, I'm the first person in my family to go to university. And they were like, go on, you can do it. Like, they've never put me down. They've never taken anything away from me. Like, again, we're not from a rich background, but the love and support and the push, yeah, I'm so lucky.
That's the hugest, richest asset you can have.
Massively.
And most people don't have it to that extent. Actually, as a matter of fact, I think you're the only woman I've ever spoken to who has that much support or feels that much supported from the people around her.
100%. Like I said, I've watched like previous podcasts from yourself, other podcasts, and they have this big story of, oh, everyone told me not to do this.
Yeah.
Not one of my friends turned around, and because I know if I fall, they're going to pick me up.
Yeah. But with this obviously comes a huge amount of really deep-rooted confidence, like you just said. Do you actually think this could potentially also mean that you are too confident sometimes for your own good?
So, yeah, but I think that's what makes a great business person. Like, we have to be delusional. Business people are delusional. You have to believe in your idea. It's a fine line between stupidity and bravery. If it doesn't work, you're stupid. If it does work, you're brave.
Yeah.
So you just got to keep trying and go for it.
So keep trying and go for it. Where is your mug business going? Because you have just relocated to a rather large unit. You've also launched a creator hub.
Yes.
So tell me about this. What motivated you to do that, and what's the thinking behind it?
So this was my business plan for the Apprentice.
Oh.
So I obviously didn't get the £250,000 investment, but what I do have is my entire house deposit savings. And after a few weeks of wallowing, I thought, right, no, I love proving people wrong. So my entire life savings again, which obviously was a bit more than £1,000 at this point, I thought, I've done this once, let's do it again. And I just went to all different website developers, got quotes, started building it. So it's basically a platform where people can turn their creativity into cash. So I want to give other people the possibility of having a side hustle without much effort. So people will basically go onto there, they'll upload a design which will go onto the mug and then will sell to other end consumers. And every single time that their design sells, they'll get £1. So, and you don't have to be a creative genius. Some of our best-selling mugs is text and a heart.
So what's the best selling mug now?
The one at the minute is, of all my favourite, again, I don't have a favourite child apart from my daughter-in-law. She's amazing and it's got a heart on it. And people buy it for the mother-in-laws, the mother-in-law buy it for the daughter-in-laws. And again, a bit of text and a heart. We've sold over 3,000 of them in the last year. If that was someone's mug, they would have made £3,000 from an hour's worth of work.
Yeah.
Like really chill passive income. So I really want to give back to people, and also with the prices of everything at the minute, like everyone's looking for side hustles, extra ways to make money, and I want to give that to people.
And you're almost taking the hard bit about business away from them.
Massively. So you could, by all means, like go to a fulfillment center, but you've still got to create your own Etsy shop, create your own Amazon shop. You have to do all the legwork, whereas I'm doing the legwork for the person. And shipping times for the current ones where you still have to do legwork, like 10 days. I do next day delivery.
Yeah, that's a big selling point for me because I always need something short notice. I always come up with a quick present I need, or something funny I need, or something personalized I need. And this is exactly it. It always takes about 10 to 14 days to get anything personalized.
100%. And that's where we stand out. We have unique designs, which have all been brain babies from myself, from my life experience of enjoying being around people, and we do next day delivery. So
I think I'm going to sign up. I think I'm probably going to have some good one-liners
yes.
which I can print on a mug.
Well, this is what I mean. There was like, so it's in testing at the minute. So I've got all my friends and family like testing it in the background. And my best friend, she's a geography teacher, and she's put this hilarious geography quote on, which I would never have thought of in a million years. But obviously niches sell because niches are hard to come by. And that's what I've learned. So there's two types of designs that I put onto mugs. So I either put something with the intention of this is going to be a big seller, going to sell to a wide audience, or I'll do something random like a pigeon whisperer mug, which sells one a week. If you can get several niches selling one a week, you're laughing.
Yeah, sure. I never thought about it that way.
Yeah.
So where is this going to take you? You did a creator hub now. It's in testing, but I have no doubt that this will go really, really well. But where is this going to take you? Are there any limits within your business? Will it always be just mugs or?
So we are working on a tote bag generator. So we're just, the next stage after the creator portal's working for the mugs, we're then going to expand our product range. So there's so many things you can sublimate on. So you can do water bottles, you can do baubles, coasters. There is no limit. And I just think it can just grow and grow. Like my plan is, I would love in 10 years' time, Moonpig approach me and say, we'd like to buy you out for X amount. And then that's my exit strategy.
So this is what you're building your business up for, because that's quite interesting. A lot of people see someone selling their business for a lot of money and think, oh yeah, I want to do this. But I also know for myself, for example, with my old company, I was approached quite a few times to sell my client database and all of this. Looking back, I probably should have done this, but it saved me a lot of heartache. However, I definitely wasn't ready to do that because that was my baby.
I do think, obviously I don't know until I get there.
Yeah.
But I think you always should go into business with some form of exit strategy. Like, is this a business that's going to fulfill your lifestyle until you retire? Or is this a business you want to build up and then sell? You should have some kind of idea of the direction that you'd like to take with it. For me, depending on the number, anyone be mad not to sell. Anyone who starts a business and says they're not in it for the money, I think they're lying.
Oh yeah, we're not in it for shits and giggles.
Exactly.
Definitely not. I mean, there are also other reasons why we enter entrepreneurship, but it's definitely to make money. Bills have to be paid.
Yeah.
But where is this mindset coming from? Because that's a very intentional business mindset, which some people may find has to be learned at university or somewhere. And you've been the first in your family who had her own business, first went to university. But where has that come from, that grit?
That is a great question. And I don't think I've ever actually thought about it until now.
Well, we've got a couple of minutes. You can think about it.
Yeah. Where has it come from? I just think it's come from growing up without a lavish lifestyle. And I just have this motivation within me to prove people wrong, to always do my best, always show up at 100% that I can do. And I want that lifestyle. Like, I want to enjoy life. I don't want to be worrying about the bills coming in. Like, I want to have a great life. You only get one life. So why not make the most of it while you can?
So it comes from a place of lack at some point, doesn't it? And so your money story very much is created from your child. Obviously all of our money stories are, but it comes from a place of lack in money, and you wanted a different life for 100%. Yourself.
like 20 years time, I want all my friends and family on a yacht living life. Like, who doesn't want that?
Can I come?
Of course, Queen.
I mean, I do get seasick quite a lot, but I can take a pill. That's
I
fine.
mean, yeah, a pill and a Prosecco, you'd be laughing.
Yeah, we'd be fine. We'd be laughing all the way. Oh, Emma, I need to ask you again about Apprentice because I'm nosy. When I watched The Apprentice, I felt some of those business ideas are rather stupid, or rather, like, really, is this what you qualified you to go onto The Apprentice? And I know it's reality TV, I know it's all like clickbait and that's all of this, but how is the vetting process? Did you have to tell them your idea for your business?
No, so you go completely off your personality and who you are. So the stages that you go through, I'm under NDA, so I can't get into too detail. But yeah, you go through different processes. Obviously, when you submit your form, you'll say like briefly what your business idea is. Like you have to have some form of business acumen to get onto the show, whether that be a fully fledged business or whether that be a business plan. Like that is how you get on the show. And obviously, I think some people are put on there purely for character purposes.
Yeah,
and like you said,
yeah, of course, yeah,
because it is a reality show. But I will say, when you're on there and you meet all these people, they are lovely, and some of the edits they get are brutal. You go in with your eyes wide open to that. Like, I'm sure if I'd have stayed in there longer, they would have made me look like an idiot in some way, shape or form.
Yeah.
So I do think maybe being kicked out in the first week was also a blessing, because I know some of them people from there, all of them lovely, and they've been made out to be look like idiots, but they're not idiots. But that's TV.
Yeah, that's TV, isn't it? And also, we do sometimes do things or put ourselves in situations from a point of desperation, which we probably didn't anticipate where this is going to go.
Yeah, and it's all set up as well.
Yeah.
Like, you are walking up at God knows what time, and you're tired. You've got long days filming, and they don't do that on purpose to rile you up or make you tired. They do it because it does take that long to film. But you're knackered. You don't have your support network around you. Some of the tasks that they set, you could easily, me and you could go and do them now using Google. Like, we'd smash it in a few hours.
Yeah.
But everything is taken away from you. And yeah, it's very orchestrated.
It's very difficult, isn't it? So the average Tuesday in your life, how does this look like?
No Tuesdays are the same.
All right, let's pick last Tuesday.
Last Tuesday, I think we did a content day. So it was crazy. Like, the stuff that we come up with, me and my content girl, like, we bounce off each other so well. And I'm like, the crazier the better. I'll text them one day and be like, Megan, can we do this? And she'll just be laughing her head off and she'll be like, yeah, of course we can. Like, so we'll obviously make the mugs and manufacture them. I'm really pushing Amazon Prime at the minute, so that's a new revenue stream which is working really well. It's scary because my current business model works really well, because if a design doesn't sell, I don't have any stock keeping. Everything's printed on demand. Whereas with Amazon Prime, I obviously have to look at the market, look at what sells, and actually orchestrate it to make sure it's going to make me profit. Which I think is the perfect timing, because now I've got 4 years experience of knowing what sells. I can now be like, right, we're ready for stock keeping. So yeah, we're really pushing Prime at the minute. And then also something, I'm going from small business mentality to big business mentality. Yeah. I didn't give all my products SKU numbers, and that sounds so stupid, but now I've had to go back through all 2,000 designs and give them SKU numbers, update it into all platforms, because I'm now thinking, right, if I'm not in the business, can it run on its own?
Yeah.
Without them SKU numbers, no, it can't.
Yeah.
So I'm now having to go back and think like a big business. Like, if I got hit by a bus tomorrow and I was in hospital for 5 weeks, I'd be screwed. Like,
that's so important. A lot of us are missing this step, because we're starting a business. You want to grow the business. In my case, definitely my business just grew, and I missed all of those little things, because you find yourself in just doing. And also, when the growth happens, you want to take in everything you can possibly, because that's what we've been working for, right?
Massively.
So actually, it's so natural to miss those points, and but for you to realize that is really good, because if that bus would have hit you, and then to realize that would have been detrimental for your business, wouldn't it?
Massively. It's like, you want to grow, you want to chase the money, but you get too caught up in there and you don't do the back end stuff that needed
Yeah.
to be done. So this is obviously with the creator portal where I'm going to hopefully have thousands of people firing designs at me. I need processes in place for that.
Yeah.
So I've started literally from day dot in terms of the back end of everything, and had to meticulously go through it and like redo it basically.
Do you censor the designs? Like, do you look at the designs and say, no, we can't be printing this?
Depends.
Depends. Because the more controversial, the more it sells, I would like to think. We all like to have a cheeky mug.
Yeah, 100%. But it depends on what level. So that is something we are looking to in a minute. Obviously, trademarks important. We have to have a lot of rules and regulations regarding that. And before any design ever goes live, I will have to approve it.
Yeah.
So it depends. Some things are funny, some things are vulgar. Like there's a fine line.
Yeah.
Like someone saying the word fuck, fine. Someone put in a joke penis, fine. But someone put in something political, offensive, racist, homophobic, will not stand for it. Like they will get blocked from the platform if they even attempt to do something like that.
Yeah. I love that. So you have your boundaries quite strong and you
Massively.
stand by them. I love that because specifically in those kind of regions, I think, there's probably going to be a lot of temptation from people to have things printed on a mug. So I absolutely love that.
100%. There has to be a line.
I would love to ask you some fire question to end this episode, if you're ready for them.
Born ready.
Yeah, born. I bet you are. Right. Okay. So hold on, that's the wrong card. Just read my notes to you. Right. So you started with £500 and a boyfriend's garage. But let's be honest, not everyone who tries that ends up with a six-figure business. How much of your success was strategy and how much was luck?
It felt like a bit of both. I think you make your own luck in life.
Yeah.
And if you don't go for opportunities, if you're too scared to even try something, you won't get lucky. Like, for 100 no's, there might be one yes. You just got to keep pushing and keep going.
Love that. The Apprentice is designed to make people look either brilliant or ridiculous on national TV. Do you think reality TV is actually good for female entrepreneurs, or does it just reduce women in business to entertainment?
Ooh, both. So I think if you go into that environment, do not go in with your eyes closed. Like, if you think the payoff is going to be worth doing it, then do it. For me, even though it weren't the outcome I wanted, the payoff of the internal confidence was worth it. And I'd do it again in a heartbeat. People ask me, oh, if you knew you were going to get fired first week, would you do it again? And I say, yeah. So it depends on you as a person. Like, I wouldn't even just say about female entrepreneurs. I also say male entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
I think it completely depends on you as a person and whether you can take it.
Very true. So you left a staple marketing career for mugs. But forget the polished version. What did the people close to you really say behind closed doors? I know you said you had a lot of support, but was there anyone or anything which you ever thought, that stinks a bit?
I've had a couple of friends say to me, like, I'm not going to lie, I thought that was a bit of a weird move, but I know what you like. And I thought, let's play it out. Because if someone told me no, I'll be more likely to do it anyway, just to prove them wrong. And again, I know all my friends, all my family, my fiance, if anything breaks down, they will be there to pick up the pieces, as I would for them.
Yeah. Last question of the fire question. Some would say the print-on-demand market is absolutely saturated. So what makes you think this was a good idea, and why should people buy directly from you as the Quirky Giraffe rather than finding someone on another marketplace?
So I think every single industry now is saturated. You will not find an industry, it'd be like reinventing the wheel. You're not going to do that again. It's impossible. I think to stand out, you just have to keep putting yourself forward and trying out new things. People should buy from us because there is so much love, effort, and everything that I put into every single design. I try and design for everyone. I try and pinpoint certain people and I think, oh, somebody is going to love that. Like, everything is done with love. We do next day delivery and it's hand printed in the UK. Like, it's not mass produced.
Yeah.
Like, people need to support small businesses.
Absolutely. Last and final question of today. I asked this everyone. If you could go back and give younger Emma one brutal piece of advice, what would that be around business?
I would say to enjoy the I would say to enjoy the journey, not the destination.
Yes.
I think we get so wrapped up in where I'm going, what I'm doing, you forget to look at what you've achieved and how amazing everything has been. Getting things is fun. Having things isn't that fun. Like every single thing that you come across in life is character building.
Yeah.
So I'd say, and I'd still say it to myself now, like enjoy the journey. Don't concentrate on that destination.
That's the best way to end this episode. Thank you so much for coming on the Unshakeable Talk, Emma.
Thank you. I've loved it.
Thank you for listening to the Unshakeable Talks. Please make sure to give us a follow and come back next week for another great conversation with another amazing woman. But I also want you to come to my event I'm hosting very soon. If you like listening to my episodes, if you like meeting the women I'm bringing onto the Unshakeable Talks, you will absolutely love my event because you're actually going to be in the room with the women from the podcast or women who do similar things. Tickets are only £10 and everything goes to charity. A charity I chosen because it aligns fully with the values of the Unshakeable Talks and with myself. The link is in the show notes. Get your ticket now.